We should probably been into that place first, but you know what? It is what it is. The Dark Tower, here we go. Come on. We got the fastest horses in the game and we're still struggling to get anywhere. A voice says, name me and you may enter. Speak name, if I can spell it. Illusion. That is what you're called. Why am I worried now? These looks a bit tougher than what I'm used to. Hide and shadows. You get yourself out of combat, please. Can you move at all? No, no, no. Can you go berserk? Because this is not helping. Can you use that? You can. Good. We're definitely getting into the territory where we now need to start making use of punchy items, I think. And nothing there either. Oh, how very inconvenient. The bigger problem when it comes to experience is the room master, but we'll get there in time. As soon as all the rooms have been set up and all that stuff, then he will gain a lot of experience. And we'll also kill the berserker apparently. You know what? You need to use this, I think. Oh, we're looking 22 left. We haven't got an awful lot of resources left, so I have to be somewhat careful about how we blow more resources. And I want to see where I am now. I am there, which is good because I should be going up there, indeed. Oh. I think it's about time he goes berserk. Having the assassin under pressure is not good, by the way. I dare not cast a spell to see if I can hit. Nope, he died. So was that a one-use one or is it just me? No, I don't think it was. I hope not. Because if it was, we are boned. It wasn't, thankfully. So, let us get our assassination, or assassin guy back up again. At least he gets full luck, so I suppose, I mean, that is some importance. That looks quite spiffy. Don't know how useful spiffy it is, but it definitely looks spiffy. Okay. Anything of value here? Still, we need to hit the square over here so the surround effect thing hits that magic. And down goes the spikes. Oh, lovely. So we found my secret garden. Very well, past the flames and carry on. Okay, that sounds cryptic. Anything here? A dragon potion. good. Not carry anymore. You know what? You may as well just use that blinking dragon potion. That's complete overkill. You know what? Use the hero potion. Do something. This door here leads to the exit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save here, and then when we come back, we're going to run out and see if we can vendor some of all this stuff. It's not a question of too good to use syndrome, it's just, I mean, something like this, which is an AoE damage thing. If we don't protect our own party, we're going to obliterate our party. So we cast AoE anti-mage, and then the first caster we come up against will cast Dispel all over the place. Meaning, of course, that we just... I sort of just want to get rid of these gimmicky items because they require control that you cannot guarantee to have. From this point onwards, the editing is likely going to seem a bit convoluted, and there's a very good reason for it. After leaving the dungeon and vendoring the items I considered gimmicky, I decided to do some banner hunting because I was hoping to get whack load of money, a total of 71,000 gold to be exact, but that turned out not to be possible to obtain within a decent amount of time. But the levels we've just trained were actually gained after the following video part, but as I was stating in the introduction to the previous part, the new mindset is to try and squeeze one dungeon level into one video part. And because I had recorded the initial bit and then did the banner fights and then returned to finish off the Dark Tower level 1, I decided to just put those two things together so we had all of the Dark Tower level 1 in one part. So there's going to be a difference in runes available and experience and gained and money obtained and that kind of stuff. It's one of those things. I hope you understand my line of thinking. It's something that I had luckily forgotten all about because of course it's been 30 odd years since I played this game extensively, was the fact that even early on in the game, considering this is effectively dungeon level 5 out of 21, 23, the level designers unfortunately decided that we need rooms where you have to return to them multiple times after finding multiple keys and hitting multiple switches and all that kind of stuff. And while it may seem a bit extensive at this point, it is something that's going to be far worse or more prevalent, if you want, in later dungeon levels, and that is another reason why the decision has been made to only record or only show in the video parts what is super relevant. I don't consider me running around looking for keys and opening doors and backtracking to find another key, to backtrack back to the room I came from to open another door, to look for another key. Yeah, I don't find that to be particularly interesting content. And yeah, that was the decision I made to try and avoid those kind of moments. So while this part is going to be a bit shorter than I would like it to be, this is going to be some sort of idea of what the parts are going to look like going forwards. I may have a bit more action in them, I don't know, depends on whether people like them being more digestible or they want a bit more fighting, even though even the fighting gets a bit samey after a while, especially when you have to navigate the same dungeon back and forth, and you have random encounters coming at in appropriate moments, so you end up fighting 10 times more than you actually anticipated, because instead of just clearing the rooms you are clearing, you will also have to clear the monsters showing up. I mean, random encounters is a thing of role-playing games, but sometimes you really want them, and sometimes you really don't want them, and when you really don't want them, they are just wasting your time. Until any potential viewers are suggesting otherwise, I'm just going to go with this new mindset of not cutting all the fat, but trimming it down a bit, mainly focusing on key moments. Things like puzzle rooms and boss fights will definitely be kept as they are because they are important, and any plot progression of any kind will also be kept as is because, I mean, it is sort of driving the story forwards. The game hasn't got an awful lot of story, but whatever story there is likely interesting and potentially for viewers. So we are going to be approaching the key point of this particular dungeon level, which is going to be a puzzle room. Not every dungeon level has got puzzle rooms, but they have been spread out, so a select few dungeon levels have puzzle rooms, and in later dungeons, the dungeon itself becomes one humongous puzzle room. This is going to be interesting for me to deal with, but that is not relevant for the viewer. What is relevant is that the puzzle room you will be entering just about... I'm trying to stall for time here. Now, it is not so much a puzzle room as a timing room. Because you can see there is some teleport squares. Those are white squares with red circles are teleport squares. And there's a teleport rune up to the bottom left. What we need to do is we need to get our rune master to cast the teleport spell at that teleport rune in order to activate the teleport squares. But the issue is that once whichever character you are teleporting is getting teleported, they're getting teleported straight back immediately. So basically, you need to time it in such a way that you have the rune master casting the spell, and then have one of the other characters spam clicking on that square, so they block the teleport square, so the character can't be returned back to where they started, and you have about half a second to do it. The timing is incredibly tight. Then of course you have to go around and pull the different levers and that kind of stuff that creates a center square that the characters can walk across. But in order to actually reach the lever that opens the exit door, you need to have a character on every single teleport square, and I think it's going to become quite evident the speed of which the teleporters fire when we are trying to move the characters around. It's going to be looking a bit spacey, but yeah. As I said, much more of a timing puzzle than an actual puzzle room. Nothing there. Why have a chest with nothing in it? You can see there, the teleporting is actually trickling quite quickly, so yeah. Yeah, that sounds a bit spicy, doesn't it? So try to get that pad blocked off, so we can have the rune master pulling that lever and opening the door leading out. Bear in mind, of course, this is a tower, so it's going up instead of down, and because it is a tower, it gets narrower and narrower as we move onwards. So the first two dungeon levels will likely be heavily edited, but dungeon levels 3, 4, and 5, 4 and 5 will definitely be in an individual part, because there's one enough to be able to cover in one part. But we'll see about 3. But dungeon level 2 will definitely be a heavily edited part. So yeah, now you know what to look forward to or be frustrated by or whatever. But the next part is going to be all about the action. So I will catch you next time and say thanks for watching. Take care. See you then. Bye bye for now.